So, in keeping with our vocabulary, let's move on to pentatonic. We learned about the major scale, we learned about the pentatonic scale. So the major scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Pentatonic, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. Right? So the pentatonic vocabulary is going to be very similar to the major scale vocabulary, except what notes aren't we going to use? We aren't going to use, if we're in the key of C, we aren't going to use this note or this note. So similarly, like we just learned about the drones, right? We're not going to use that. They're interchangeable, and almost always I'm using both major scale and pentatonic scale when I'm playing these types of licks. But just to strictly look at pentatonic, the same rules apply, or the same ideas apply. We can have our nice drone note, what I just played, and then I switch the drone to the G. So my melody without the drones is ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If I add drones, right? You can also, whereas in the major scale, you could play thirds. Pretty cool, right? If I go up the pentatonic scale, I've got a third, a fourth, a fourth, a fourth, a fourth, and a third. And again, usually these things are used in conjunction, so I probably won't end up playing, but I might play. So I'm using both. Right? Just knowing that those intervals are available. And that little thing we learned on the last lesson, the slip note, let's go to another key. F. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, right? It's a great little melody, a little progression, a little song I just made up using only pentatonic scale between the 1 chord, the 4 chord, B flat, and the C chord, C, back to the 1. Again, the pentatonic really evokes this sort of longing, this sort of Celtic feeling, which I really love. And I can even go, if I want to mix in a little major scale, make that dominant 7. So there's just a little taste of pentatonic vocabulary. As I said, very similar to major scale vocabulary, but it's a little bit of a different sound, and I think the more that you mess around with pentatonic, the more you'll really be able to separate, like, oh, this is major scale, this is pentatonic scale. They're very similar, and of course, all the notes in the pentatonic scale are contained within the major scale, but the pentatonic scale does not have, if we're in the key of C, does not have the 4 or the 7, right? So you'll just start to see them as, like I do, I think you'll start to look at them as separate but similar scales and separate but similar vocabulary that you'll mix and match ultimately. So as always, as many keys as you can, practice the drones, the thirds, the fourths, Here's a good one, G flat, B. Right, E. The more you practice in the keys, the more it will visually be available to you. So you'll just know, oh, A pentatonic. Just takes practice. It just takes repeated practice in these keys that might be a little foreign to you, but the only way to make them familiar is just to dig in and play them. So do that and ask me questions. Send me videos.